Hello, I'm Chris Williams from Read Comics, They're Bad For You, the name of my YouTube channel. Or if you're watching this on BitChute, Comic Freak. Today we're going to be reviewing Powers of X Issue 2. The cover. The cover is good, it's well drawn. But though I do wish it had shown an action shot of what was going on inside the comic. But then the comic doesn't have all that much action in it at all. It's more of a dialogue comic that sets up events that'll probably happen in later issues. It's well drawn though. It was drawn by cover R.B. Silva and Adorochi Benedito. And it's good. I gotta say, it's kind of funny seeing the Toad with the Beatles haircut. He's had that for a while. But it's all in all, it's a good cover. It just doesn't have any real action except having the characters stand around looking cool. We begin with Mora and Xavier visiting Magneto on his island that has all the alien technology on it. They've come to visit him. And they've come to gain his help. And the artwork here by R.B. Silva is also good. I'm really enjoying it. Now, Magneto asks why they are there. Mora says, we have a plan, and because and we need your help with it. We need to all come together on this. Magneto thinks this could all be a ploy, that if he takes off his helmet and all three of them share their thoughts, that they'll somehow mind wipe him or try to alter his mind. But what he sees in Mora McTaggart's mind nearly destroys him. He realizes that she herself is a mutant and that she's relived this one lifetime over and over again, a total of 10 times. He realizes she is both an opportunity and a curse. Because now they both have future knowledge, but they've seen how many different futures she's lived through, and each one of them has been terrible and a defeat for everyone, human and mutant, in the future. Xavier once more extends his hand in friendship. This time Magneto gladly accepts, and they set off to secure the future for mutant kind. I'm really enjoying the writing here by Jonathan Hickman. It really shows something good. I really love this issue. Both of his second issues of both House of X and Powers of X have been really good. Though I can see how this one issue can be a problem with some people. It just needs the other issues of the comics Jonathan Hickman is writing to make this issue relevant to what's happening in the series. If the other issues don't come together or aren't as good or don't really work with this comic, this issue will just be a dud. Be that as it may, this is still a very good single issue. Not as good as House of X issue 2, but good. Xavier then shows Cyclops the information that they stole, how apparently this organization called Orcus is building a mother mold, a more advanced version of the master mold, a unit that will create thousands of new sentinels. Cyclops asks, even though he knows they're going to attack it, why this is so relevant to what they are doing now. And Xavier and Magneto say they think this is where Nimrod will be born. And instead of being a creature from the future, Nimrod will now be a unit that is now produced in the current timeline. And of course, Cyclops says, oh, damned. I mean that, well, in the past you could always destroy Nimrod, or you could send him back to his own time, or suck him into the future one way or the other by reprogramming his time travel device, or just, outright destroying it, causing him to be sent back from whence he came. Now we have Rasputin and Red Cardinal being issued into an alliance with a new character. I'm kind of surprised that is going to help the X-Men at all. even though he's been featured on the covers. Wolverine says to him, their new compatriot, that their plan should work. Their new ally is Apocalypse, of all people, and still this is both cool and surprising. Apparently what Red Cardinal and Rasputin have stolen is information, and Apocalypse goes on about saying how all this information is, well, if too little, it might not be enough to do anything. Too much has at times been a problem, but this is information that they need, and this will help them achieve victory in the coming battle. Now we switch over to a segment starring Nimrod. This version of Nimrod is at times I find almost childish. I think he's most definitely a new version of Nimrod, a different unit than the one we've seen in previous issues. But in this series, as I've said, he just comes across as at times funny or at sometimes moronic. This is how he's saying to his two human compatriots there that he's going to tell them the truth. One of them ends up saying, "You just want to keep talking, don't you?" This, of course, makes Nimrod angry, and both the two underlings realize what they've done. Even one of the guy who's looking at his red-headed friend is wearing, "What are you doing?" You gotta understand, is these two guys, that from the looks of them, are probably scared out of their wits of Nimrod and taking his moronic chatter day in and day out. The redheaded guy probably just broke down and insulted Nimrod, hoping to die. Well, not really, but it comes off to like that. I mean, how much stress can you take before one day you snap and then you end up dead because the guy, Nimrod, fries both of them, even the guy who didn't mouth off to him. And this is both good and bad. Bad because Nimrod comes across as both a childish villain, but also because he's a robot. Why is a robot being so childish? And he just wasted two of his own men. That's a waste. But this does show how much of a villain he is. And the childish gives him a flavor of both being comical, but also being a psychopathic man-child. Now, we switch over back to the mutants. What Rasputin and Red Cardinal stole was information, but also a kind of a translation device. Whether it's a device that sorts through all the information that the Sentinels have gathered, allowing them to key certain points, because the Sentinels have so much information it would take forever to sort out by just reading it. This device allows them to key onto points that are of interest to them and instantly find it. Otherwise, they'd just be reading endlessly till they got what they wanted, and they don't have the time to do that. And this is great. It's not that they have the information, they've got the information, but they needed the device that allowed them to find what they needed out of that information. Now, Apocalypse says, "We will go and take what we need, and then we will return, and I will lead you." Apocalypse, the mutant lord of the survival of the fittest, who in some worlds and timelines completely killed everyone and everything, is now leading the X-Men. And I'm happy about it. This comes across as an unexpected boon. I only thought this would happen if they were so far up against the wall and that they had a writer writing the series that it would be both interesting and not come off as kind of hokey. And Jonathan Hickman has pretty much done that. I am enjoying immensely the issues of Hickman's run. Now, if you're wondering what all this text and what this old space stuff is doing on this page, this is a page Jonathan Hickman put in this comic book to explain what's going to happen in future issues with how the future mutants are going to contact an alien species. You'll have to buy the issue if you want to know who they contact. So I'll leave it like that. Powers of X issue 2 is well worth getting the read. It's not the best issue, and it needs future issues to the use for this issue's existence. Otherwise, this issue will just be a good issue, but meaningless to the entire series. I say go out and buy this issue. It's worth your money. Now, if you like this review, subscribe. Make sure you're still subscribed. If you're watching my videos but you have not subscribed, please subscribe to me. Subscribe to me on my YouTube channel. Read comics that are bad for you. Then go over to BitChute and subscribe to Comic Freak. And remember, hit that bell for notifications, hit that like button, and leave some comments down below. And could you please share this video on social media? Share it on Twitter and share it on Facebook, because YouTube is no longer promoting anyone's videos anymore, and that's why I'm asking, could you please help and share this video? Also, keep checking back in future videos for more information on my own upcoming independent comic book, Scumdogs. I'm Chris Williams, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another video or review.